Absolutely needed it no matter who was on the opposite sideline. And say what you will about the Portland Trailblazers, but don't say they don't try, because Portland gave the Cavaliers a really good game. We'll talk a little bit more about what they did on both ends of the floor in just a second. But we move on to another player who just absolutely killed tonight, and that was Evan Mobley. This man, Evan Mobley, was by far, at least in my opinion, the biggest beneficiary of Donovan Mitchell's absence. I know that might sound sacrilege. It might sound crazy to many people out there. I know Darius Garland, him going off, that was a lovely sight. But I do believe with Donovan Mitchell out of the game, the biggest beneficiary in regards to those touches was Evan Mobley, because he was fully unleashed. This man was a nightmare for Portland to deal with on both ends of the court. He drove inside and worked on, just absolutely bludgeoned the Blazers with an array of moves in that low post. He just moved his way inside, bruising people on the way. You saw one of the dunks that he had after knocking Denny Avdia out of the way. He was active on the glass, hauling in many rebounds, and he was a brick wall inside on the other end, contesting everything at the rim. And I mean everything. Yeah, multiple highlight worthy rejections at the rim. He would finish with 4 total on the night. At least that's how many he was credited with. I do believe, I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe he didn't touch the ball, but I thought he should have had 5. But again, this man was just an absolute rim deterrent unto himself out there, contesting everything at the rim. He had just so many impactful plays, and even the shots that he did not reject. His presence was a true deterrent, right? His presence out there as a 7-footer in that painted area deterred numerous drivers from getting inside that painted area and forced the driving kicks, right? He made life difficult on everybody on that opposite end of the court. One of those blocks came on Duop Reith, a man that I would have, I wouldn't have mind the Cavaliers acquiring not long ago. And another on Shaedon Sharpe, which was like at the apex of this dude's shot. And we know how high flying this dude Sharpe is. He's one of the most high flying, one of the most athletic players in the league. And this dude, Evan Mobley, was just doing everything. He was their best player tonight, in my opinion. And this is the player that we know that he is capable of being when he gets it into his head that ain't nobody out there that can stop me. Good riddance. I mean, good luck to that other team. And he was just that leader on the court tonight through his play. And he would finish the first half alone with 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks, and would do much the same on both ends of the floor in that second half, as he would just bully his way inside. And he did that time and time again and on both ends of the floor. And this dude is just phenomenal. I don't care what anybody says. He is key to the Cleveland Cavaliers' future success and intends to play better with increased offensive opportunities. And I know that there is a huge push right now with this whole Draymond Green bullshit, who just I'm not gonna harp on it too long, because I've been going ham on social media. But I'll say this. After going on his own podcast, we all have opinions. Hell, I'm talking to you via podcast form right now. Difference is I didn't play professional basketball, but Draymond Green, despite being a Hall of Fame Cavalier player, he is so deserving of many of the accolades that he has gotten in the past, and he probably should have racked up at least 1 to 2 more Defensive Player of the Years over the course of his storied career. But after going on his own podcast and basically taking the Joel Embiid route to, begging for the Defensive Player of the Year award, I wake up today and I look at the Defensive Player of the Year odds, and I'm like, what the fuck? Draymond Green is now ahead of Evan Mobley in that regard, at least on FanDuel. I haven't checked some of the other major gambling sites and whatnot, but to me, I just do not understand. I do not understand how one can talk themselves so easily into that award. I just don't get it. Maybe Evan Mobley needs to do much the same. We know Evan is the quiet type. He's not a guy who's going to go out there and campaign for himself. But maybe that's what he needs to do, because he's already been robbed for Rookie of the Year. We already felt like he should have won Defensive Player of the Year once already. And this season, I swear to God, if Evan Mobley gets robbed of that Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I am going to riot in the street. I'm just gonna have a you guys are not gonna want to see me on social media the day if that happens, because I'm just going to go ballistic, because there is no way, in my opinion. And this is not to discredit what Draymond Green has done. This is not to discredit what any other player that's going to be a finalist has done. We know that Dyson Daniels has had a phenomenal season. That man is just a flat out thief out there. He has 80 more. I want to say he has 80 more steals than the next closest player, which is SGA. I think he has 200 in total steals, or at least that's what he entered tonight with. And he is the only player he is the first player since 2008-9 season, since the 2008-9 season, which to rack up that many steals. That was the last player to do that was Chris Paul, who did it twice from 2007 to 2009. Dyson Daniels has been phenomenal on the season. We know Jaren Jackson Jr. has a case, but Evan Mobley, by far, after Wemby went down, just ran away with that award. So and he showed you again tonight, 4 more blocks, contesting everything. I cannot wait to see what the defensive statistics say about this. The defensive field goal percentage should be very telling after this game. And this can only help bolster the defensive player of the year agenda that is already being pushed by yours truly and others. So if Draymond Green ends up winning that award, I'm just going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Mobley was phenomenal tonight, and we know that it has been the case with him all season long. He is due to likely be named to his first career all NBA team, maybe the second team. I'm hoping he's likely to be named to the first team all defense, and hopefully he will take away the defensive player of the year. And we're not even talking about potential title yet, which could possibly be on the horizon for the whole team. So that would be one hell of a season for Evan Mobley to have in this season in which many people think that he has taken the lead. But if Draymond gets it, I'm just going to fucking lose it. That's all I got to say in that regard. But so.